Sound is still recording. So where were we? Now
that's the thing. I grew up with Medhari kutoka kwa shosho.
Yes.
She's Kikuyu. Mwanamwega noda. So you know that's the thing. You keep on eating. Our babies are fed to look plump,
sign of success. Yes.
So you feel good. Your baby has nice.
So your grandmother ndio alikusema
that carbohydrates are an important food group. You do not need to cut carbohydrates for you to lose weight. You do not need to cut out any one food group for you to lose weight, unless that one food group is directly causing you harmful effects, in which case you're not cutting it out for weight loss, you're cutting it out because you generally want to, or you're trying to avoid the effects, the harmful effects that it may have on you. So this whole idea of people villainizing foods is why people get things wrong, because you're assuming that the carbohydrates were why you are gaining weight. Now understand this, you're not gaining weight because you're eating one food group. You're gaining weight because of the overall amount of food you're taking. Well, by that I mean the overall number of calories you're taking in a day is going to have more of an effect on how much weight you gain or you lose. So I do not agree with cutting out food groups for weight loss, but I do agree with the nutritionist in this respect. Carbohydrates, I mean sugar basically, too much of anything will cause you harm. And that being said, even if you were to take too many fruits, if you were to take thousands and thousands of apples a day, I'm pretty sure that would harm you. So there again, I still insist, the idea is to find balance, is to eat a balanced diet. Now, Mr. Martin also goes on to talk about how he feels that in the market, I mean in our society, that there isn't much food variety, and that also causes him problems when he's choosing the foods that he should be eating. And I think that is also going to cause him even more harm as he's trying to fight this condition that he's currently suffering from.
Now, society, that's the thing. I grew up with Medhari kutoka kwa shosho.
Yes.
She's Kikuyu. Mwanamwega noda. So you know that's the thing. You keep on eating. Our babies are fed to look plump,
sign of success. Yes.
So you feel good. Your baby has nice.
So your grandmother ndio alikuseti.
I would say so. And it's the society in general. We don't look at what we eat. We just eat to keep on going. We are not cautious.
Yeah. Key to weight loss lies not in the foods you're eating, but in the amounts of food you're eating. What I mean by that is this: if you were to eat 100 sweets a day, but then your calories were maintained at, say, obviously 100 sweets is going to be more than 1,000 calories, but let's say you're eating, that totals to about 200 calories. As unhealthy as that sounds, you're still going to cut weight because your body is not getting as much energy as it needs. If you were to eat tons and tons of kale every day, sukuma, because people look at that as being healthier, as a healthier option. As long as the total number of calories exceeds what your body needs, you're still going to gain weight. So what I'm trying to get at, as I've been repeating again and again, is that how many calories you're eating is what's going to determine your weight gain or weight loss. Okay?
We are supposed to eat to live, not live to eat.
That's a good point. But
I think we are agreed up until there. And if you still want to know more about these calories,
let me chip in about carbohydrates. We have two types of carbohydrates. We have the simple carbohydrates and we have the complex carbohydrates. The simple carbohydrates are those with final product of sugar: glucose, fructose, lactose. The final product. Then the complex, they have very long chain of sugar. Get it? So what is happening is that when you eat complex carbohydrates, for example, malenge, sweet potatoes, nduma, the body struggles to break that into sugar. So you burn even more fats. But when you eat simple carbohydrates like soda, sukari, ugali, chapati, the sugar goes straight into the bloodstream. Because the body does not, mila amekusha kutengenezea. So we unakunya tu.
So glucose ni cocaine.
Yes.
It's pretty simple. Carbohydrates have about 4 calories per gram. Protein has 4 calories per gram. Regardless of whether it's a chicken, it's a what, but that's the general that's the general estimate, because it's not an exact figure. It's not like this slice will have 100 and this slice will have another 100. It's, a give or take. Okay? Now for fats, however, fats are actually very calorie dense, which is why even in this video you'll hear that Amerix is anti-nuts, because nuts actually contain all the food groups, but nuts now there's a simple basic rule to calculate calories. Carbohydrates generally have about 4 calories per gram. Protein has about 4 calories per gram of protein. And unfortunately, fats have about 9 calories per gram. Okay, and this is why you'll notice that even Amerix is against peanuts, right? Hataki watu wakule njugu. It's not that njugu are bad for you, it's just that they are very calorie dense.
Telling me to eat meat.
Uachane na ndengu, I remember.
My nutritionist says, don't eat meat, eat dengu, eat njugu, eat protein-based, plant-based proteins.
Wachana na njugu.
No, but I think I know why njugu.
I think njugu ni misleading kwa sababu Amerix na njugu wanakosana because it will lead you to sweet things na.
Yeah.
That's what
I really don't encourage njugu. Even my clients, I tell them not to eat njugu because haujui ni kiwango gani utakula njugu, and njugu has massive carbohydrates in them.
Yeah.
So haujui utakuwa unakula kiwango because you're just eating one by one. You end up toning up or adding up calories zenye ulipoteza jana.
Dense. Most people usually try to lose weight by, turning to things like to nuts so that they can try and, keep away the hunger pangs. And what they don't realize is you could eat this much ground nuts, but in this much ground nuts have eaten twice as many calories as you would need. Because again, like I said, fats contain about 9 calories per gram. Now, when you look at a whole food like a peanut, it doesn't contain one thing, it contains many things. So if you're trying to lose weight, stop focusing on what foods you're eating and educate yourself on how dense a food group is. So you want to make smarter choices of food, not smarter choices in what you're cutting out, okay? So eat less generally food, eat at a certain maintenance level, but then again, don't cut out entire food groups altogether. That's the balanced way to live through life, okay? So as far as sugar and diabetes and all these lifestyle choices, I think I agree with him, but I don't agree with the extremity with which he's going at it. I think it's okay to once in a while take a piece of cake. It won't kill you, and it won't even have that much of an effect. Just don't make it a habit to have that being the way you're living your life all the time, okay? Yeah, so there's one more thing that I found to be funny, that they mentioned that they equate sugar to being like cocaine. Now, obviously, this is mostly a personal opinion, this is not a research one, but it is, to some degree, it is kind of true that cocaine, because I've heard people actually suggest that it is actually harder to quit sugar than it is cocaine. But I don't know about you. If you do struggle quitting sugar and you also take cocaine, please tell me, which one do you find harder to quit? For me, I am pretty okay with sugar. I have it in my coffee, but I do lead a very active lifestyle, so I'm pretty sure I'm doing just fine. And I don't even take that much. I actually also used to have a sugar problem where I used to be able to finish a 2-liter soda in a go. I don't mean at one go like so, but I used to take it within 2-3 hours, I'm done. But then that lifestyle has changed, and I'm not saying just because you're active by the way that you should be taking anything and everything. There are some genetic predispositions you have that even if you're eating low foods, that you will still get it. My cousin actually got diabetes when he was 4 years old. He passed away when he was 21. But you see, sometimes you can't avoid everything. So with life, I think it's more important for you to chase balance, to try do your best, to stay proactive. And that's actually what I'm looking for, to stay proactive and mindful in how you're eating. It is more important to do that, not taking extreme measures. I will never eat a sweet again. I'll never eat a carb again. Eat the damn chapati. It won't kill you. Eat the pizza once in a while. But just make sure that you're eating all the food groups. Have fun.